Good evening, wrestling fans. Happy Thursday night to you. It is coming to you live from the PWD studios in lovely Concord, North Carolina. I am Mad Matt Carter, and welcome to this week's edition of AIWF Ringside Wrestling. Hopefully got a great program for you tonight. Oh my goodness gracious me. It got a lot to talk about, and hopefully we'll be having some guests join us shortly. Of course, this is available, as you can see, live right now on Facebook on the AIWF Mid-Atlantic Wrestling page. Of course, it'll be up on YouTube and all major podcast platforms just a little bit later. So we invite you to check us out and tell your friends about us and all that kind of stuff. Encourage your friends to check us out, give us some downloads, all that good stuff. And we are just a couple of weeks away now. Well, not even, just a little over a week away from our big event in Mount Airy. That is Road to Spring Jam. So we are definitely looking forward to that. And we're going to get right into things here in just a second. Let me go ahead and let Joey Nuggs in the room. Joey will be joining us directly here. Hello, Joey Nuggs. How are you tonight, sir?
I am doing great. I would say finer than a frog ear split four ways, but that line is starting to get overused.
Yeah, I think I said that one last week.
You did. You stole my line from me, but
uh-oh, what happened to Joey Nuggs? He disappeared. We'll have to see if we can't get Joey Nuggs back in here. Let's see. What happened to him? Where did he go? Okay, well, let's try letting him in again. Maybe he had a bad internet connection. Anyway, Joey is coming back in. Looks like. What happened, Joey?
I don't know. We got some kind of gremlin chewing through the line or something, messing up on a Thursday night on us.
Well, it's par for the course for the AIWF. We didn't invent the technical difficulty, but we certainly perfected it. So yes, good to have everyone along for the ride. Glad you're here with us wherever you may be listening. As we talked about earlier, all of our different platforms and everything. So let's get right into the announcements here. You have to bear with me, folks. I've had a terrible cold last week, probably one of the worst ones I've had in my entire life. So I'm hoping my voice will hold up, but that's all right. I got a talker here with me, Joey Nuggs, who I know if I get out of breath will be more than able to fill in any silent gaps.
I got you back like a chiropractor, Matt. Don't worry about it.
Nice.
Shout outs to Rick Diesel. I see him sitting down there in the chat like always. It's always a pleasure, sir.
Well, speaking of Rick Diesel and classic AI people that have been around the AIWF a long time, I went digging through the archives because I tell you what, before we even get into the announcements, let's go ahead and get this little segment out of the way. It's time for our What Did Kevin Phoenix Put on the AIWF Network this week's segment? And that would be drumroll. Nothing. So I did reach out to Kevin. And was telling him about Joey. You know that we're not going to say it here because I don't want to give away the farm, but that website that you showed me where you can move large files.
Yes, sir.
And reached out to him and was like, hey man, you can send me some big files and I'll so I can show some highlights and and he never wrote me back. So I went into the archives that I can access here and dug out a match from way back in 1995 that I think we might find special interest in, but we'll take a look at that later if time permits. But anyway, let's get right into it. The AIWF is putting a headlock on high advertising prices. As you can see, you can advertise with this program. You can hear from us. You can advertise with us right here on Facebook Live, on YouTube, and across all major podcasting platforms. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, you look at that. Those rates are absolutely accurate. Of course, if you're listening on the radio, you can't see them. So I'll read them to you. For a 30-second to 1 minute read every week is only $6. If you'd like to do it on a monthly basis, it's only $10. And if you'd like us to come shoot a video commercial that will play on all the videos we put on the AIWF Facebook page, as well as the YouTube page, and even may feature some of them right here, that's only $20 weekly, $30 monthly, and that includes, our production costs coming out there and shooting it for you. So, and we'll feature you, of course, on our Instagram account as well. So there are the rates. Can't beat that. I challenge you to find a cheaper rate anywhere in independent wrestling for advertising. And of course, here you are, all major podcast platforms, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, and Alexa. And when the producer decides to add some content to the Roku channel, we'll get you there too. But you can reach out to us at AIWF20@hotmail.com. Again, that's AIWF20@hotmail.com. And to get you something like we're about to see here. Again, our Instagram page is AIWF Mid-Atlantic Wrestling. I know that's a lot, but if you search it, you will find the active and ongoing Instagram page that yours truly manages. And although there's not been a lot to report this week, we did report what we could find. And certainly invite you to check us out on Instagram. The Instagram page has just really taken off, and I have been so thrilled by that. And so thank you for all your support. And hey, some of the independent promotions that have followed us, I am looking at their posts, and boy, there's a lot of great independent wrestling action out there, folks. Lots of great independent wrestling action. So certainly encourage you to check that out. Again, Instagram, AIWF Mid-Atlantic Wrestling on Instagram. Our Twitter, our active Twitter right now, although there's not been much going on it lately, but the current Twitter for AIWF, I know it says AIWF_mid. That's what you search on Twitter, at AIWF_mid. Now, although it says mid and the Instagram says Mid-Atlantic Wrestling, we cover the entire AIWF. As a matter of fact, we will cover just about any independent wrestling federation out there. Just reach out to us with your show information and stuff. We'll put it up there and we'll be glad to cover it. Again, on Twitter, at AIWF_mid. And those advertising rates we were talking about earlier, get you something like this. Our friends, our sponsor right now is Branch Management. They are a tree service that operates in the Mount Airy, Surry County area of North Carolina. They can help you with branches that are maybe too close to structures, normal pruning, complete tree removal. They also do general landscaping and pressure washing. They offer very competitive rates and free estimates and are here to serve you. You may also be eligible for a $100 referral bonus. All you have to do is pick up that phone and call 336-325-5300 for more information or to set up an appointment. That number again, 336-325-5300. Joey, I know you like reading the number. Would you like to do it one more time for the people?
That's 336-325-5300. Branch Management, serving all of Mount Airy and Surry County.
There you go. All right. So that's similar to what you'll get here. You'll get that here, folks, at the live events and all over our different podcasts and social media platforms. Best deal in wrestling. All right. Let's get into the announcements. It's Future Great Wrestling coming up tomorrow, Friday, April 1st at the 190 North Brookwood Avenue in Hamilton, Ohio. That's in the Cleveland area, if I'm not mistaken. If somebody wants to grab your Google Maps and check on that for me real quick, please. But front row is $12. General admission, $10. Doors open at 6:30. Bell times at 7. FGW Championship and a fatal four-way is on the line tomorrow night. That's April 1st, and it's called April Rain. And, of course, coming up at April Rain, we talked about this last week, a big grudge match. Mitch Magnus will take on MV Pete one-on-one in a grudge match coming up at April Rain. That's tomorrow night in Hamilton, Ohio. Also on the card that night, we're going to be seeing a whole lot of Alpha. The FGW Tag Team Champs take on Monster Island. Again, the address for this show, 190 North Brookwood Avenue in Hamilton, Ohio. Great value here. Front row, $12. General admission, $10. And doors open at 6:30. Bell times at 7 p.m. And looks to be a lot of great action as well that night. Can't wait. Also, coming up tomorrow night at the Gypsy Joe Arena, 106 Southside Drive in Tullahoma, Tennessee. Doors open at 6 p.m. Bell times at 8:05. All tickets $10. Kids under 5 free. It's SWF Hoodrick versus Locke for the SWF title. Fans bring the weapons. And Joey Nuggs, Smiling Diamond Dave. I see Jamal the Titan has joined us as well as Bobby Dalton. Gentlemen, we've had these fans bring the weapons matches in the AIWF before, and it certainly can get wild in a big hurry.
Yeah, sometimes the fans want to be the weapons.
Yeah, exactly right. And we've seen everything, but I mean, we've even seen the kitchen sink brought in before. So again, this one goes down tomorrow night at Gypsy Joe Arena in Tullahoma, Tennessee. It's SWF, and fans bring the weapons. So bring anything that's not tied down. Also, Freedom Force Wrestling presents Red, White, and Brawlin' this Saturday night at the Travel Lodge Sports Complex, 225 Shalimar Street in Panama City Beach, Florida. Tickets are $12 for ringside, $15 at the door. Okay, so you got to buy them in advance. There's a QR code there at the bottom right of your screen if you want to scan that. I know for those of you listening on the podcast, you can't see it, but I'm going to give you a web address, so just stand by for that. Doors open at 6 p.m., bell times at 7 p.m. Tickets at the address you need to go to is tickets.ffwlive.com. Again, that address, tickets.ffwlive.com for any of you in the Panama Beach area, Panama City Beach, Florida. Don't know much about Florida, but if you're in the area, that's a show you need to go to. It's all going down tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Freedom Force Wrestling. All right, our friends at Tennessee All Pro Wrestling got a big event coming up this Saturday night, April 2nd as well. Who will LBK choose to be on his team? It's at the Victory Center, 5542 Manchester Highway, Morrison, Tennessee. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. The bell time's at 7:30. Adults, $8. What a great value there. Children, 6 to 12, $6. Kids, 5 and under, free. And that's Tennessee All Pro Wrestling. That comes your way tomorrow night. Saturday night, April the 2nd. At let's see, where's that bell time at? 7:30 p.m. So be sure to check that out. Again, the address 5542 Manchester Highway in Morrison, Tennessee, at the Victory Center. Friday, April 15th. This is a benefit event for Carl Wammeldorf. This is Excalibur Championship Wrestling, and it will be taking place at 1835 Mariposa Road in Stanley, North Carolina. Adults, $8. Kids, 12 and under, $5. Gates open at 6 p.m. Bell times at 7. All proceeds go to Carl Wammeldorf. Card subject to change. East Lincoln Speedway listed here is, I wonder if that's the location. I have to look and see.
Yes, actually, it is the location.
So they're going to be doing the wrestling
Benefit
at the
show. Yes.
Doing the wrestling at the dirt track at East Lincoln Speedway. So good chance to get up there.
And I've been told this dirt track, it draws like 1,700 people.
Oh yeah.
So might be a good, and it's for a good cause. It's for the one wrestler's, I think it's uncle or cousin is trying to get over cancer.
Okay. I see Corey Etzel is on this advertisement along with Malachi Black. So we've seen both those guys in action before. We know how talented they are. And of course, me living around Charlotte, man, I've heard a lot of the racers talk about how awesome East Lincoln Speedway is. So great chance to get out and see some wrestling action. It comes your way Friday night, April the 15th. And again, bell time 7 p.m. at East Lincoln Speedway for Excalibur Championship Wrestling. All right, this big event comes your way. It's at 1134 East Caswell Street in Wadesboro, North Carolina, behind Pizza Hut. It's Saturday night, April the 16th. As you can see, Casey Fox is on the card. Looks like Corey Etzel's on the card as well. This is live pro wrestling.
I'll be there.
You're going to be there, Jamal? All right, awesome. So that'll give us a good chance for me to pause and catch a breath here. Jamal the Titan is, as everybody knows, we talked about it at length. He is the new AIWF World Television Champion. Let me emphasize that again. The World Television Champion. And Jamal,
Rightfully deserved.
That sounds good, doesn't it?
yes, it does. I like the
Congratulations, Jamal. You're deserving of the title. Bring it to greatness once again.
Thank you, Joey. I appreciate it.
So Jamal, since you're going this big event now, are you defending the title that night? And if so, do you know who your opponent is?
I'm actually not sure. Is World Class an affiliate? Because if it is,
I'm not sure of. I saw it on our network page, so I always assume positive intent.
No, I have defended it in Premier Wrestling League up in West Virginia. I've done that once successfully, I might add. So yeah, I'm down to defend this belt anywhere. And matter of fact, hang on, can you see this? This is a passport. This is a passport. So anywhere you want to send Jamal the Titan to defend that title, I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
Wow. Okay. Well, he's serious, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, you saw it right there. He showed us the passport. So that's awesome. Jamal the Titan ready to go worldwide. So promoters around the world in the AIWF, get ready. Jamal the Titan is coming your way. So
that's as real as a heart attack, ladies and gentlemen. Doesn't get no more realer than a passport ready to travel. Fighting champion.
You got that right. Also on the show that night, Casey Fox, the AIWF Mid-Atlantic Women's Champion. Let's see. And let's see. This is brought to you by the Grill Restaurant. Saturday night, doors open at 6. Bell times at 7:15. And that's down in Wadesboro, North Carolina. Not too far. Well, that's about an hour away from Charlotte.
Yeah, it's actually the home of the Junkyard Dog.
Really? I did not know that.
Wadesboro that's his original stomping grounds.
All right, awesome. Let's see what else we got here. Got my boss at my shoot job texting me. Hang on a second. All right, the Thirst for Gold, Empire Pro Wrestling. We talked about this show. I have not seen any new updates on this. I might need to reach out to them. I hadn't seen anything. It's scheduled for Saturday, April 30th in Oklahoma City. Doors open at 4 p.m. Bell times at 5. Of course, the advertisement here says Patreon subscribers exclusive. No tickets will be sold at the door. To attend this event, sign up at www.patreon.com/Empire Pro Wrestling OKC. Give you that web address one more time. www.patreon.com/Empire Pro Wrestling OKC. And that's a big event, Thirst for Gold, coming up Saturday, April the 30th. And they're saying no tickets are going to be sold at the door. Renegade Championship Wrestling. Here's just taking a look at their entire schedule for the year. Want
me to read this one and rest your voice, brother?
Yes, thank you.
We have March the 12th. That's Ring Rage. April 9th is Fury of War the 3rd. May the 14th, Cannon City Glory. June the 11th, Tap Out. July 9th, Justice for All. August 13th, Aftershock. September 11th, Turmoil. October 8th, Never Surrender. And November 5th, 2 days before my birthday, Uprise. And that's at Mountain View Core of Knowledge at, looks like not at 890 West Avenue, Cannon City, Colorado. That's a great. And it's Renegade Championship Wrestling 2002.
All right.
People out there in Colorado, support your independent wrestling.
Absolutely. All right. And of course, a little closer to home for us, the Rock and Roll Express on their final tour. They're going to be coming up. Let's see, August the 12th, to Deal with the Steel. It's at Veterans Park, and it's going to be the last time the folks can see the Rock and Roll Express in Mount Airy. But of course, gentlemen, I heard over the social media this week that Ricky and Robert have expanded their farewell tour. They're in such high demand.
Wow.
If money's open, Ricky and Robert ain't running from it. I can tell you that much. Those gentlemen love the business and they love making money in it.
Yeah, absolutely. And so we do not know who their opponents are yet, but we will keep finding, we will keep digging and finding out. As soon as we hear it, you'll hear it here. And of course, we announced this a couple of weeks ago, but it bears repeating again. The Star City Rollers are going to be the first people going into the AIWF Hall of Fame class of 2022. That's Jimmy Jannetty, Jenny Jannetty, and of course, Jody Osborne. And they dominated the tag team scene here in the AIWF Mid-Atlantic area for several years. So we're certainly happy to be putting them into the Hall of Fame.
So they're both the Jannetties of their team, is what you're saying.
Yeah. I guess. I don't know. Did I just get roped into something? Is Jody Osborne going to want to kick my ass after that? But anyway, happy for the Star City Rollers to go in. They certainly cut a path of destruction around the AIWF that was certainly quite impressive. So let's see what else we got here. Oh, yes. Let's take a look at our tournament bracket. The Top Gun tournament has gotten underway. 4 promotions involved in this big tournament. Of course, AIWF Mid-Atlantic, Ring Wars Carolina, Excalibur Championship Wrestling, and AWS all involved in this. And it looks like if you look on the top right portion of the bracket, Ace Harris has advanced to the second round, defeating East Hardy. We do not have any other results as of yet, but I would venture to say it's a safe bet that we're going to see some action, at least from the AIWF Mid-Atlantic portion of this bracket. Bottom left of your screen, for those of you listening on the radio, you'll just have to bear with us here. But feel like this is going to get going on April 9th. Comments?
Yeah, I noticed that Mickey Nuggs is on the right-hand side of that bracket in another one, so it expands the Mid-Atlantic area chances of winning this thing, which I like.
Who's Mickey Nuggs?
Would you expect? Would you?
He means Mickey Fault.
Oh, okay.
Now,
Go
Would
ahead,
you
Dave.
expect anything else
It's my
than
cousin,
the
Mickey Nuggs.
than the AIWF Mid-Atlantic to win it, Bobby?
that's right. I agree with you, Dave. For once, I agree with you. And somebody's gonna bring it home back to Mount Airy.
All right. Bobby Dalton, very confident. I'm too superstitious to make a prediction like that. So I was just stay quiet, but I will let the rest of you comment.
I too believe that the AIWF Mid-Atlantic wrestlers will dominate in this at the end of the tournament, the Top Gun tournament. And I think this is going to be one of many. It's going to be a very successful tournament. It's stacked. Of course, I do believe we're going to see some of Excalibur Championship wrestlers. Some of the results that'll probably be after that benefit show they got coming up. So it'll be probably part of their tournament. It'll probably be in that.
Oh yeah, it's definitely gonna be a barn burner.
I'm intrigued by those question marks on the left side. What's up with that?
You read my mind, Jamal. That's what I was just going to bring up. Anybody has been a basketball fan for years and is used to looking at brackets like this, you can always tell when there's something strange going on, or you can sniff out an upset. Look at this bottom left of the screen. Next to the very bottom is Sin Crowley and Kevin Phoenix. Look at that. Jordan Lawrence is scheduled to meet up against 4 question marks. So I'm very interested to see who this mystery entrant will be.
I doubt it's the Riddler.
Probably is not.
That'd be pretty cool if there was a Riddler. Someone come out as the Riddler and get their ass kicked.
Well,
Can you say ass kicked on the
It's
radio?
not you, is it, Nuggs?
yeah, you can on this show.
Okay, so gotta watch it. We're on all these streaming platforms. I don't want to get kicked off.
No, you don't. Well, as long
Try
as
to
you
do us like they did Joe Rogan. We don't need that.
don't want to do
No.
and don't want to go on a tirade like Mickey Fulp where you talk about gun violence. As long as you stay away from that or any lewd sexual acts, you should be good.
Hey, we might get a support from the NRA if he keeps it up.
I am not going to alienate half my audience by dignifying that with a response. Anyway, here we go. So 4 question marks. Who could it be? Could Kevin Phoenix weasel his way back into the tournament if he loses against Sin Crowley? That's the first thing that comes to my mind, Jamal the Titan.
Is the title on the line?
I wouldn't think so. Not in a tournament.
Not in this tournament, no.
Yeah, of course, Kevin wouldn't put himself in position to lose his championship that easily.
It's going to be a trophy at the end of it. It's for all the bragging rights. Who is the best of the AIWF between the 4 companies?
Well, we're going to find out.
You can look at this bracket. I mean, just start the top at you got Jim Stone.
Mm-hmm.
You got Benny Conley. You got James Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
Jay Malachi, Pretty Boy Lang.
Elijah Proctor.
You got the Sheik. There's a lot of top caliber talent in this tournament. I'm looking and hoping. I'm not going to make a prediction, but for the AIWF Mid-Atlantic guys, wanted them to bring it home. But they're going to have to everybody's going to have to be on the game with the talent that's in this bracket right here.
Absolutely. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. And it will conclude an AIWF Deal with the Steel in August. That will be the finals. And then the semis will be in Mount Airy the month before. So, but each promotion's holding their own individual bracket. And then the final four will meet up during the summer in Mount Airy. So definitely looking forward to this. And hopefully as the updates come in, we will get them on here. Something else here, Bobby Dalton kind of touched on this, but maybe we should point it out again. Mickey Fulp is not in the AIWF Mid-Atlantic bracket. He's over on the other side. What's up with that?
Well, he probably thrown one of his hillbilly drunks and went to the wrong side. You don't never know about that long-haired drunk. I mean, he's an idiot.
I also believe he might be an independent wrestler, and he's kind of just getting around the Carolinas and working for the different companies. But I have to question his loyalty to the Mid-Atlantic on this one myself.
You're exactly right, Joey.
Well, we will certainly find out. It'd be interesting if we could get Mickey Fulp to come on here. You put down that Coors Light can for a few minutes and come on here. Of course, that's not me talking. I'm just going by what Smilin Diamond Davis told me. He calls Mickey Fulp.
Heard he shut down quite a few bars in the Carolinas, Mickey Fulp.
That's true. He can't.
Antics are legendary.
If he ain't got a Coors Light can in his hand, he's got that worm dirt in his lip. You can't understand what he says. I always slobbered on himself. I don't know if that's where he's mostly drunk or he's got so much worm dirt in his mouth. I don't know. But I'd like somebody reach out to the hillbilly drunk and get him on here and let's ask him why. To me, he's a turncoat. I'm sorry.
Well, maybe everybody in the Mid-Atlantic just took for granted they had him locked in, and or maybe Mickey thought he was locked in and he got cut out and had to get in the tournament some other way. Who knows?
Yeah, didn't think of that one. Maybe out of all the great competition that's out of the Mid-Atlantic, he didn't make the cut.
Well, maybe the guys in the Mid-Atlantic that's in the tournament, maybe they didn't want him to be a part of it.
That's true too.
Well, I also
then again, it could be spreading it out for the AIWF Mid-Atlantic to have our guys in different brackets, which makes more sense. Because honestly, that would make more sense to have everybody spread out. You don't put all the ACC teams in one region to win the national title. You spread it out.
Well, normally that's what they do is clamor up the ACC teams together so they'll kill each other off in the tournament. But we got lucky this year and had two make it to the Final Four. So I consider that a blessing. But I got a message here that says, and it's from a pretty reliable source with Excalibur Championship Wrestling, says that they pay that drunk redneck in beer. That's why he's on our side. AIWF needs to step your game up. So evidently XCW is paying Mickey Fulp in beer. And if Mickey Fulp is coming out of their bracket and he wins the tournament, he'd be winning it for XCW and not the AIWF Mid-Atlantic. So this is kind of an interesting turn of events here.
Well, you see these people all the time. We'll work for food. Mickey carries around the sign around his neck. We'll work for beer. He ain't worried about money or food as long as he's got that beer. He's all right.
Well, it'll be interesting. I'd love to pick Mickey Fulp's brain. It's too bad. Well, I don't know. Maybe somebody needs to stick a microphone in his face come April 9th, or we can get him on here before then to kind of explain to us what's going on.
I'd have to make it look like a beer bottle.
Maybe. But anyway, that leads us to
create the 12-ounce curls.
That leads us to our Bit and Deck's big event, the Road to Spring Jam. Takes place Saturday night, April 9th. And at 7 p.m., the bell time doors open at 6 at Veterans Park in Mount Airy. Tickets, as usual, $8 for the floor and ringside, $6 in the bleachers, general admission at Veterans Park in Mount Airy. Going to be a lot of great matches going on there. And I'm sure we're going to find out, as they said on the Instagram page earlier, the consequences and repercussions of Kevin Phoenix's title victory. here in our last program at Capital Punishment. And gentlemen, this is certainly shaping up to be a big event. And I'm sure we'll get the Top Gun tournament kicked off for the AIWF bracket on that night.
Yeah,
Oh,
repercussion. Repercussion from that lynching.
What lynching?
It was a
I
pure.
didn't see no lynching.
5-on-1. You don't call that a lynching? No.
When did you see 5-on-1, Bobby? I was there the
Yeah,
whole night.
you were in
When
the
did you
middle of
see
the
5-on? When did you
You
see
took the-
5-on-1?
When you took the bat to Ty Tyson, and then Case and Kane, David Parrish, Phoenix, and you, Mr. Nuggs, while in the ring at one time, beating down Ty Tyson. However,
No. Just hold it right there. Hold it right there, Hog Jaws. The thing is
Smiling
here-
Diamond Dave, it does look like 5-on-1 in this picture we're looking at. Here.
Okay.
I
you
never
see
laid a hand
5
on anybody.
in this picture, but they didn't nobody lay a hand on Ty Tyson but Kevin Phoenix. I did not lay a hand on Kevin Phoenix, Bobby Dalton.
no, your bat did. You didn't.
Well,
You didn't lay on
clarify
Phoenix.
yourself next time. Specify. I didn't lay a hand on him.
No, your bat did.
So
But I
You know.
will say this: Kevin is the new champion, and we'll just have to
That's
find
right.
out April 9th what the consequences are going to be. Because I tell you what, they opened up a can of worms when, as far as Ty, because you know he's coming for blood. I'm just going to warn you: you guys better be careful.
And I
Hey.
have heard from a reliable source that Ty Tyson is going to be in Mount Airy on April 9.
you know,
Yeah, he's still laying there from last month.
Oh,
you know, this goes to Bobby Fulton. I mean, excuse me, Bobby Dalton. This goes to anybody else that is listening. That is a Ty Tyson fan. They wasn't a can of worms open. You all forget. I made that beast. The commissioner made that beast. The commissioner bought that beast out. The commissioner put that beast down. So
well, you better hope
ain't
he
no
stays.
worms open.
Once he wakes up, you're in trouble.
Well, I am still trying to procure the tapes of this incident so we can show it on this program and let the people at home judge for themselves. But that's like pulling teeth right now. But I would like to ask, since we have Jamal the Titan here, Jamal, you know, the situation, and we're going to open up another can of worms here. And I know it's going to be a sore spot for some people, but it's worth talking about. And all you guys that are current wrestlers, former wrestlers can talk about this. Nate Diamond was not in this match because after he signed a contract, he decided not to show up. He was fired by Smiling Diamond Dave. You know, we don't know what's stripped of the title. We do not know what is going on with Nate Diamond. We've not heard from Nate Diamond. I sent him an invite to this show. I understand that other people have sent him an invite to this show. I know we talked about this a little bit last week, but let's dig into it a little bit more this week. I would love, Nate Diamond, if you're out there listening, you can jump on this show right now if you like. If you want to come on next week, that's fine. Whenever you're ready to address this issue, but we have got to talk about it. Why would somebody who worked so hard to become champion throw it all away like that? Help me understand. I'm just an announcer. I sit here behind the microphone, right? I don't understand the pressures of being a champion, especially like Jamal the Titan is now the world television champion, which is a traveling title, which means you don't just stay in the same promotion. You got to go everywhere. But Nate Diamond was the Mid-Atlantic champion. He also wrestles for promotions out in Tennessee. Jamal, as a world champion, how would you approach that situation? I mean, and we don't know what was going through Nate's mind, but if you were in that situation, how would you have handled it?
Oh, I can tell you why. What's the reason why Will Smith jumped up on stage and slapped Chris Rock? A woman.
There it is.
A woman.
Had to be a woman.
I've never had a problem with obligations. When I say I'm going to be somewhere, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there an hour early. I take wearing championships very seriously. That's why I have it right here. When I had the regional television championship, I defended it every time, anywhere. I might have, gotten by using underhanded tactics, but I was a proud champion. So it boggles my mind to think that you have the richest prize in AIWF Mid-Atlantic and you don't want to come defend it.
Right.
Nate's a nice guy, man. We had our wars, but I just can't co-sign that.
I've got to agree with Jamal. With all Nate went through, Matt, like you said, with everything that Nate went through to get to the point to win that title, the cage matches, the beatings he took from Tyson, the beating he took the night in the match he won the title. Give everything, give 110%. Then you become champion. And the bottom line is, I don't sugarcoat nothing for nobody. If you cannot handle the responsibilities of being a champion, whether it's a world title like Jamal's got, if it's a Mid-Atlantic title, I don't care what organization it is. If you cannot handle the responsibilities and as a champion, don't waste my time in signing a match that you're not going to show up for. And yeah, I'm old school. And I'm a firm believer. Not only did Nate waste the AIWF Mid-Atlantic's time, he wasted my time in getting the contract signed. Promised everybody snowballs in July. And, Nate's always saying he loves his fans. He loves his fans. Nate Diamond, if you're listening, go look in the mirror. Because obviously you love something else a whole lot more than you love your fans. You're all talk and no walk. So your fans ain't important to you. That title wasn't important to you. So, I'd love for you to come on here and try with capital letters to defend yourself.
Yeah,
because you're going up against a brick wall if I'm on here, because there's no excuse.
Yeah, and
You're
Nate Diamond, there it is. The floor. This is a format for you to come on here and explain to the fans exactly what was on your mind. I mean,
and come on. If you're listening, like I said, I don't sugarcoat. Don't come on here. Oh, I love my fans. My fans this, my fans that. Nate Diamond, you don't love nobody. You don't even like yourself. You don't have respect for nobody. You didn't have respect for that title. You didn't have respect for the AIWF Mid-Atlantic. You didn't have respect for your fans. So I beg you to come on here and try to defend yourself of the accusations that, if nobody else, that I'm throwing at you.
Yeah.
Right. So, like, we've just had somebody join us on the call here listed as the champ, and Jamal and Titan, don't go anywhere, because I got another question for you now that you're a traveling champion. But is this person named the champ? Would that happen to be Kevin Phoenix?
No, brother.
Yes, it's Kevin Phoenix.
It is Kevin Phoenix. All right.
Of course, the champ. It ain't going to be
house.
Nate Diamond, the guy that deserted the title.
Oh my goodness.
God.
Kevin
I mean,
Phoenix.
I'm
got a
just
real
sorry. I mean,
champ.
I'm trying. I'm sitting over here. I know I'm the newest on the panel compared to everyone. I've only been back since October, but I've been in the business 17 years. Wrestlers train and they fight for years to become a heavyweight title of any company. That means that you are the best. You are the measuring stick for professional wrestling in that company. And for you just to drop the title, not even drop it, mail it in UPS style. It's
Eric Bischoff style.
Yeah, Eric Bischoff style. Jamal,
I'll tell you
FedEx
something.
envelope.
right, exactly.
When I
It's-
came to the AIWF in 2019, that title was my ultimate goal.
Yes, and
The
it still
Mid-Atlantic
should be
Championship.
today.
Yeah, and just to see him send it away, it pisses me off.
Right. It reminds me, and we can go back in history, Smiling Diamond Dave, it reminds me of the Benedict Arnold of the AIWF, a guy named Robert Roma, who actually had that
Preach it.
title, you know,
Preach it, Matt.
and gave it up. It did not want to defend it, not once, but twice. So, I mean, that's what bothers me. And I do not see Nate Diamond as that type of individual. You know, on a personal level, I have nothing against Robert Roma, never have. But on a professional level, I thought that was, you know, some low down dirty, you know what. And so,
Right.
you know, I want Nate Diamond, I want you to know this is not a hostile environment. You've got the right to come on here and defend yourself and explain what happened, you know, and we will be here with open ears. That's for sure. But since Kevin Phoenix is here, champ, I know you want to weigh in your 2 cents on this or whatever you got on your mind. So the floor is yours, sir.
I weighed in my 2 cents on this at Capital Punishment. I had to look at a little girl in her face at Capital Punishment that's wearing a Nate Diamond shirt, all pinked out. And I had to look in her face and say, Nate Diamond's not coming. Can you imagine what that does to a little girl's psyche? Do you imagine what that's going to do to her in the future? Her life is probably changed now. Her life is going to change now. She's probably going to make all D's in school. Okay. She's probably going to end up graduating in some terrible school in Mount Airy.
Oh, she's going to be on a stripper pole.
She's probably going to end up working in Fuzzy Holes somewhere in Johnson City, Tennessee. Okay.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying the truth. But now that little girl has someone to look up to, and that's Kevin Phoenix. So there's a little light at the end of the tunnel there. So, hey.
Matt Carter,
Go ahead, Sergeant Stryker. I know you've been here for a while. Go ahead.
you're recording this, right?
Absolutely, man.
Yeah. So now we know why Kevin Phoenix is on here self-promoting his network.
Yeah,
I
I
haven't even,
That's the only
He
time
hasn't said a word about the network. We were talking about the heavyweight
What's
title.
good for the
Well, I
network.
hadn't even got to tease him about the network yet, but okay.
That's the only time he ever does anything because he knows it's recording and it's going to be showed on the network.
this show is not on the network. This show is exclusively on podcast channels, YouTube, and Facebook, Kevin Stryker. But I can tell you what's not on the network. You.
I can tell you who is on the network.
When your heroes become zeros.
Oh,
I can
mercy.
tell you who's the only one on the network. You don't put nobody else on it.
And the ratings go higher every day. The video views go higher every day. Do you know what the number one watched video is on the network? As right now, it's AIWF Night 1 30th anniversary. But the most watched thing is not even Kevin Phoenix. It's the Straight Talk not Straight Talk, I apologize. The old Virginia TV shows.
Yeah, I imagine so. They are popular. I know
I've
when one
watched them myself. I'm enjoying them.
Oh yeah, and
The
for those of
majestic
you,
mullet.
for those of you back home in Martinsville, look, they have those shows include the original Cable 6 commercials on there. So if for a TV nerd like me, that stuff is gold. I have to admit it. Every time I see one of those go up there, it makes me very happy. That's why I get so frustrated that more of them don't go up there. But that's
We need
neither
to
here nor
find
there.
some of the old MATV shows.
Oh man, I don't even
Kevin,
know
I
if
think
those
we need to
exist
work
anymore.
I think we need to work on a new show for the network called Orange is the New Gold. Because you look good in that orange jumpsuit, brother. You made it look great.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. That's what I do. That's what I do.
Kevin Phoenix, I want you to clarify something to Bobby Dalton. Bobby Dalton said that there was 5 people that lynched just because there's 5 people in the ring with their hands held up.
Oh, that's
They
not a
5
lynch.
people didn't touch He said, I never touched Ty Tyson. You was the only one that touched Ty Tyson. Am I correct?
This is true. So during that title match, if you look back, well, you can't look back yet, but it actually will be available. Matt, I'll send that footage to you next week for your show.
Okay.
But if you look back, Kevin Phoenix,
Matt getting in the ring right now. Look.
There you go.
Keep talking. This is classic action. This is Roadblock Rex versus Smilin Diamond Dave from 1995.
Yeah, so if you look back, you'll see Kevin Phoenix is the only one to handle Ty Tyson. Kevin Phoenix is the only man that beat Ty Tyson in that ring. And what do I get for it? I get some old lady jump the guardrail, grab a kendo stick, and try and get in the ring and attack me.
That was the best part.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Okay, so when that happened, that tells you who the bad guy was. It was just me.
All right, explain something to me then. What was Kane and Parrish and all the rest doing around you? Celebrating? No.
Yes, they were. You said it yourself.
You look at that picture. That's celebrating. Guys, raise high.
I'd love to get the videotape so we could show the viewers Kevin Phoenix and clear your name, because there's a lot of accusations being thrown out. And, we both have talked about the consequences and repercussions that could be coming from such a major incident like this on April 9th. And I'd love for the fans to be able to see the tapes themselves and make up their own mind.
Consequences and repercussions. Matt, do you see who I hang out with? Do you see what I hold? Do you know what my job title is? Consequences and repercussions. Buddy, I'm everything. Judge, jury, executioner. Judge, jury, executioner.
Ain't nobody getting your cornbread.
Damn right, ain't nobody getting my cornbread. It's my cornbread. My cornbread.
Telling you, fought and you earned it.
Milking It Life reference for about 3 weeks now. All right. So look at this. So those of you listening at home can't see this, of course. So go out of your way to visit us on YouTube or on Facebook.
Can't hear it here either.
And we don't want to hear it because copyright issues. But this is 1995. I don't know what building this is, but this is Smilin Diamond Dave in the pink. And interestingly enough, he's introduced as a founding member of the TVA, but he was not a part of the TVA at this time. Smilin Diamond Dave, can you give us a little bit of background right here?
Well, they spoke the truth. At the time, Don chose to go other routes that I didn't agree with.
Mm-hmm.
He made an acquaintance. A lot of people say friendship. I say acquaintance because it didn't last that long with certain people. And he found out in the long run that, he turned his back on the wrong person. Somebody that always had his back, somebody always was there.
Mm-hmm.
But, the thing is, I didn't quit wrestling just because me and Don had that disagreement. I went my route till Don mended things, I mended things, and then we went back to being the most devastating tag team in the AIWF.
All right. So look, Jamal the Titan, I know you're sitting here and this is the first time you've joined us in a while, but look, let me ask you this. Now that you're a world champion, a traveling champion with the AIWF, if you could give me your top 3 or 5 opponents that you've seen around the independents, and it's not limited just to the AIWF affiliates, of course, we hope that someone would be there, but do you have any opponents that you'd like to face, now that you got the opportunity to travel? I'd love to know that.
Oh, first and foremost, I want to wrestle Damian Wayne.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's I was so jealous of Nate Diamond being able to wrestle him on night 1. I couldn't believe it. So him is number 1 in my book. Number 2, probably Kerry Morton.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I've always wanted to punch him in the face.
Okay.
Man,
Any
and
particular reason why I carry Morton though? Just because he's Ricky Morton's son, or you just don't like
that,
him?
and he just has an unlikable face, and I want to punch him in it.
Yeah, okay. I feel
Hey,
the
Jamal,
either
you
way.
mind if I ask you something?
Sure.
What about Colby Carino?
I've already faced and defeated him.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
He came down to Greensboro, Firestar, and I whooped his ass. So
Nice.
I'm ready to defend this title anybody, but those two are the main ones that I can think of right off the top of my head.
Nice. So Jamal, just so the fans that are new to you know, there may be just people watching and listening that have never been around the AIWF before. But since you've been so kind to join us, can you kind of give us a little bit of background on, first off, where did you first discover wrestling? When did you first start watching it? How did you get into it? Just kind of a little bit of your backstory, your fandom, and how you became to be part of this great business.
Well, I was born in Newark, New Jersey, up north. So all I saw when I was growing up was Vince. I'm kind of I don't want to show my age here, but my first real wrestling memory was the Mega Powers exploding.
Okay.
Yeah. And I love wrestling, but what really, really made me want to become a wrestler was Bret Hart. His match in SummerSlam 1991 with Mr. Perfect. That's what really just I don't know, man. It's something about Bret Hart, and then his matches with Razor Ramon, with Bam Bam Bigelow. He could have a match with anybody, and he could tailor his style to their strengths. He can beat them there. He didn't have to use his finisher. He can win with a roll up. He can do anything.
Yeah,
he can do anything. So Bret Hart, you could say, is my hero. I should have started wrestling years and years ago, but I don't know, a mental block or something stopped me from doing it. So I started going to Firestar Pro Wrestling shows back in probably 2016. And the more I watched, I started thinking to myself, maybe I can do this. Maybe I should give it a shot. So at the tender young age of 37, I started training to become a wrestler, and I think I was pretty good at it. I picked it up pretty well. LeBron Cozone is a great trainer out of Greensboro, North Carolina.
Yeah, you bet your ass he is. He's really good.
He, I owe my career to him. Mickey Folk came down and had my first few matches, and we traded a couple of wins. So, and then he invited me up to Mount Airy, and I beat the hell out of Sin Crowley, and the rest is history. So that's where I am here.
And here you are. 2016 you first got interested. So what?
Yeah, I started training in 2018. So okay. I'm about 4 years in.
4 years in, and already a world champion. Not bad, sir.
Not bad at all. Not bad at all.
I do have a challenge for you though. That no many champions have faced. I don't know how many came out on the good end. I understand that Rick Diesel would like to ask you a question. So this could go any direction, sir. So
okay.
Or the door. Rick Diesel, are you ready? Not hearing. Maybe he'll text message me. But yeah, Rick Diesel has a question for you. That's what I've been instructed to tell you. Rick Diesel. Hello. He's still on the call. He's muted. Let me ask him to unmute. All this build up. Rick Diesel, do you have a question for Jamal the Titan? I think he's trying to talk.
Yeah. By the way, that Rick Diesel match you guys showed last week was amazing. I've watched it twice since then.
If you, I don't know if you were able to, but you can find the raw footage with the original commentary on the Mid-Atlantic YouTube page. You'll have to
watching this match. This match is actually really great now with Smilin Diamond Dave.
Absolutely, yep.
Sir, you were a true ring technician, a ring general. You were breaking down body parts. I mean, this guy is huge. He's a mountain of a man. You're breaking down body parts.
Oh yeah, this guy looks Smiling Diamond Dave. This guy looks like he's 350 easy, right?
Yeah, it's shades of Bam Bam Bigelow easy.
That's his left leg. You ain't counting his right leg.
Right.
That's Roadblock Rex. I think he probably weighed around 450 pounds, or maybe even better at that time.
Oh wow. So Jamal, I got the question from Rick Diesel. He said, since you opened the door to the Chris Rock Will Smith situation the other night, he wants to know how you would have handled the situation if you were in Chris Rock's shoes.
I think Chris Rock handled it well in that world. In pro wrestling world, it's totally different. But in the world that they were in at the Oscars, I think he handled it the best way you could.
I agree.
Now, maybe when we got backstage or in the street somewhere, then we would have had some words. But in that moment, he handled it perfectly.
Yeah, I do not like a world that we live in that comedians have to feel threatened by physical violence. I mean, that's their job, to make light of things, to make you laugh, to make life not be such a burden. And I don't see, honestly, what he said that was that far out of line. I mean, all he said was
Smith was
G.I.J. 2, can't wait to see it. I mean, that's all.
Oh yeah, he's
I thought some of Chris Rock's comedy over the years, some of it, not much. I like most of it. A couple of things he said over the years has been distasteful, but so what? Every comedian has been distasteful at some point or another. I mean, you got to break up, you got to make an omelet, you got to break a few eggs, right?
Right.
I just,
There's only two places left where you can be politically incorrect, and that's stand-up comedy and professional wrestling.
Yep. No doubt about it. Thank goodness for it. So let's see here. We're getting close to the top of the hour. I want to stay with it, at least see the end of this match. But so Kevin Phoenix says, mentioned to me that he was going to try to get us some footage for next week. I don't know what all he's got in store, but I'm certainly looking forward to that.
Ooh.
Look at that big elbow. But it's so odd to see Smiling Diamond Dave without the TVA, because, when I came into the AIWF, him and Don Carson were in lockstep together. So this is kind of weird. And, I thought that was 3 right there. That was close.
I give him a clothesline, Matt, and he took my arm off.
That's pretty bad.
It looked like he wanted to eat your arm.
Yeah.
Well, I think I had teeth marks after it. I think he was kind of hungry.
Looks like that clothesline hurt you more than it hurt him.
Exactly.
No kidding, man. And
this
this
is a monster.
For those of you watching the video, this is actually at Westfield, North Carolina at the high school. Oh, was that 3? No,
Scrappy had the same problem that Mr. 1, 2, 3 has. He can't count 3. He can only count 1, 2, hold 2 fingers up. He can't hit 3.
Not to save his life.
If that was Roadblock, he'd have hit 3. But it is what it is. So.
Oh yeah, break that arm. This is awesome.
So
you people at home that aren't able to see this video, I mean, you're listening to the podcast. He is just working the arm and just punishing this big man.
Did you see that? Smiling Diamond Dave doing a front flip right there?
That was awesome. You were so agile. You were the man.
I'm trying to describe for you people in radio land, but man, goodness sakes. But yeah, I'm going to try to dig up some classic footage whenever I can.
I want to see some tag team matches that you were in. Definitely. This is awesome.
I'll see if I can't dig them up. I'm subject to what's on the AIWF YouTube page right now, but I know after Kevin Phoenix's appearance on this program tonight that hopefully videotape will be more readily available to us in the future. Hopefully we can show some more modern stuff.
Yeah, Matt, actually, I'm going to, just so you know, news out of the network, Spring Jam 96 is officially on the network right now.
It is. Okay.
Yes.
I just checked it earlier this afternoon. I didn't see that. Okay.
Give it some time. Like it actually, got put on today.
Okay.
So we got Spring Jam 96 on there featuring guys like, we're talking about the Benedict Arnold, Robert Roman, Black Knight, Dynamite Doug, and then also this has the first ever tag team chain match as well.
Wow. Okay.
Or dog collar, I guess, because it's around the neck. So yeah.
Goodness sakes, I remember the Black Knight. He left wrestling not long after I started. I don't think that's related in any shape form. But that guy, man, he was as big as a big oak tree. You guys have got to see it. I mean, a physique like that in 1996 was not common in the Indies, not at all.
Well, I tell you what, Black Knight was he was a top caliber athlete, and I tell you what, I've laid chops in on that chest, and it felt like just hitting a block.
Oh, here come the cavalry.
That's the TVA. That's Sebastian Kane and Don Carson right there hitting the ring and dropping Dave and other guy.
Yeah.
Great
See,
commentary there, man.
You see, let's just call it like it is. They hit and run because that wasn't the TVA style. That wasn't the real TVA. The TVA stood in there and they finished the job. But these two couldn't. They hit and run.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's my opinion. And you know what they say about opinions. Everybody's got one. That's mine. But, you know,
either way, the match ended in I guess a double DQ. I mean, what could you do? No contest. Both competitors were attacked and dropped. And well, it is what it is. So there's classic action from Westfield, North Carolina, back in 1995. And on some of the commentary there, I heard him make reference to the Martinsville TV show. So that had just gotten off the ground. So a lot of interesting things there. So, gentlemen, Jamal the Titan, thank you so much for coming on here. Kevin Phoenix, thank you so much. Since you guys don't come on very often, I would like to go ahead and give you the floor for any last thoughts.
Oh man, let me give you my my socials. It's Jamal the Titan on everything. Follow me. Get my numbers up so I can get that blue check. Let's see. Thank goodness I'm off this weekend. March I wrestled 10 times and my body is killing me. Right. I don't know how the Midnight Express and them did in the 80s. Well, actually I do, but some white powder. But since we don't do that anymore, my body is killing me. So I'm gonna take this week off and I'll be back on the 9th at AIWF Mid-Atlantic.
Awesome. Thank you, Jamal. And yeah, you stay away from that stuff because you'll be able to take a lot more bumps in the long run. Yeah, the white powder is a short-term solution, no doubt about it. All right, Kevin Phoenix, the AIWF Mid-Atlantic champion, executive director of the AIWF Network on Roku, who brought us great news tonight about footage coming to this show, Spring Jam 96 being up on the Roku network, which makes us very happy. Always happy to hear anything new going on the network. Your final thoughts, and would you like to say anything to one Nate Diamond, who, until we hear from him, is kind of like, I don't know, not exactly the fans' best friend, if you ask me.
Yeah, I got two things I want to address. I'll make it quick. Like I said, Nate Diamond, to me, you are the worst. You are the Bret Hart of the AIWF. Okay? You are the Bret Hart of the AIWF. You were handed everything on a silver platter to be the next guy, and you walked away. You ask anybody in that locker room, they would do anything for that spot that you had, and you walked away. Jamal the Titan said it himself. The second he got to the Mid-Atlantic, this was his goal. The Mid-Atlantic was his goal. Then he moved on to the world title now, the world TV title. Nate, that could have been you. You could have been the next world heavyweight champion. But now you're at home doing nothing like you should be. Next, April 9th, the road to Spring Jam. It begins. I will be in attendance. I will be there. I've got some things I got to say, and you people better listen because playtime is over with. You guys wanted Kevin Phoenix for years. I'm going to give you Kevin Phoenix. I'm going to give you the Kevin Phoenix that people are not going to like because I'm going to keep it real with you people. So April 9th, be there. Mad Matt, I appreciate you having me on. Joey Nuggs, always a pleasure.
Yes, sir.
Sergeant Stryker and Bobby Dalton, you two can suck it.
All right. Thank you very much, champ. Thank you for joining us, everybody. So for Kevin Phoenix, Jamal the Titan, Rick Diesel, Joey Nuggs, Bobby Dalton, Smiling Diamond Dave, I'm Mad Matt Carter. Thank you so much for joining us for this week's edition of AIWF the Ringside Wrestling. That's right, Jamal the Titan, the world television champion. Say it again. It sounds good. The world
television champion, Jamal the Titan.
Mr. AIWF Network.
There you go, Mr. AIWF Network. All right. So until next time, fans, will be back here live on Facebook next Thursday night at 7 p.m. and immediately following on YouTube and all your favorite podcasting platforms. Get out and support your local independent wrestling this week. Even if it's not an AIWF affiliate, get out and support them. Independent wrestling thrives on live attendance. It's not like the big boys with the television deals. It all depends on live attendance. So we appreciate you coming out and seeing us whenever you can. We'll see you on Mount Airy on April the 9th. We'll see you right back here next Thursday. That's all for this week, wrestling fans. And until next time, so long for now.